Hey, what up, everybody? It's Jay here, aka J-SiK. It's been a minute. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well throughout this crazy times, pandemic and protest times in the year of 2020. I'm here to share my yearly 2007 to 2017 J-SiK retrospective, acknowledging 10 years in the making, and some of the things I'd like to address is specifically is the year 2010. So exactly 10 years ago, which was wow, way back, and ironically, it kind of fits in because the year is 2020, and right now this is 2010. Oh, sorry, the year is 2020, and then the year that we're talking about this year specifically is 2010. So the year 2010, I'd like to highlight a couple of things. I did two big productions. I was part of two big productions during that year, and the very first one. It was early. I think it was in March. It was my first time doing main stage, and main stage dance as part of the University of Calgary, and it was not only one of my first time doing like a semi-professional experience working with your professors, but the work that we were doing was quite extensive. The experience in working in a very extensive work, like I really had to make sure I was doing my homework. I was very intimidated. Those are some of the words I can tell you. I was also very what's the word? Just I couldn't believe the fact that I was part of that journey, and what has done for me throughout the years. It gave me an idea and prepared me for the life, what it would be like if I were to dance for a very super committed project, and you had to make sure that it wasn't just like a gig. You had to make sure that when you're part of the ensemble, or you're working with a choreographer and you're working with like a very small cast or a big cast, you want to make sure that you contribute your role and you do your part. Whether it's very specifically, whether it's very intangent, you just want to make sure that your choreographer hired you for a reason, in order to like be part of that experience. So, which was, I thought very, what's the word? I was very nervous, So that's another thing that came up to me when I first started the job. But I think one of the coolest factors being part of that process was that, they also gave us the openness to create and put a little bit of like our own artistic choices with the process. Not every choreographic process allows you to do that. Like there's not that much freedom. However, I was at a time where we were discovering what our strengths and our weaknesses, and what really complemented the vision of the piece, of the project itself. In there, I remember was it was the consistency of making sure that I knew what I was demonstrating or sharing to my choreographer. Sometimes I would overdo a movement, or sometimes I would overdo a phrase, or the thing that we'll be working on, and sometimes you gotta do less is more. You gotta keep it simple, and keep it clear. That's super important. You gotta keep it clear. Time when I had to speak in text, and I remember in the text that I had to say these things to the dancers. One of the dancers there was Lisa. And she's, again, very amazing dancer, by the way. I remember she really helped me a lot in terms of, not only boosting my confidence, but just like guiding me throughout that process and partnering and speaking at the same time. Like, I realized that, when I was given the task, the way I was expressing myself and with the text, I was very I don't know, monotone, very robotic. It was terrible. I look back and I wish I could. I wish I knew or had a little bit of guidance or someone was training me how to do so. So that was tough, and but at the same time, I also enjoyed it as well, knowing that if I were ever to do that again, I definitely I'd be on board. I'd have a little bit more fun with it. But back then, I was just so caught up on, okay, I gotta move in a certain way. I gotta make sure I don't let my partner down, and I gotta speak, a little bit more softer and not so robotic and monotone. So that was another thing. But yeah, that piece right there was very special in main stage dance. I was in a piece with choreographed by Melissa Montero, so it was called Two, and there was a lot of guidance from Wojtek Machnier as well. I still remember, I think I still have a photo of us actually, which was awesome. So that was cool. 2010 main stage dance as part of the University of Calgary. Definitely one of the highlights for sure in my life. I'd like to share with you guys. I think it was so two things happened. It was 2010 dance montage, and dance montage has a huge special place in my heart, in my life. It was one of the biggest. It was one of the platforms that really just kind of pushed and escalated me to keep dance on the horizon and create a networking opportunity to create and connect and have that sense of community, knowing that you can connect to different avenues. 2010, I collaborated a piece with Vanessa here, aka Vanessa Vavoom All Star. We collaborated a project together called 0310 or 2000, in short 2003-2010, and that was to mark the last time we worked together back in high school, which was in 03, and we worked for the first time together again later down the road in 2010, which was crazy. And we're on this path right now. We worked again in 2015, and we're hoping to work again sometime in the future, after or even during this COVID-19. Somehow we're gonna make some magic happen, so keep an eye on that. I will always honor Vanessa as one of my mentors back in high school. She has, little does she know, and I always talk about it highly, is that how much she has made an impact in my life, especially in dance. She basically encouraged me throughout my stressful times in high school, and she created this place for me to grow in dance and to work with people and to work with leadership, communication, and the idea of having fun behind it. It's not just it's not just doing all the work all the time. For the first time in a while, obviously, like we haven't worked together in a bit, but the levels of how we were collaborating and how we were creating were definitely we were just like shifting back and forth. Okay, what do we do here? How should we address this, or how should we change that? You know what I mean? Like, and I like that because it kind of creates spices behind the work, and also spices between our relationship and our friendship, you know, not just in dance, but also in as friends as well. And you know, like I had a great time working with her in that project. You know, I'd have to say, like, I was super honored. Looking back at the cast that we had, it was like a huge all-star cast. Like, it was one of the biggest casts we've ever been part of. And it just reminded me of the time when her and I did work back in high school, and we would work with like 40, 50 dancers, and it was bananas. I couldn't tell you the levels of patience her and I gone through to make that work, to make that happen. I was like, yeah, man, like we did. Like, I can't believe that. That's crazy. That's some dynamic team right there. And you know, fast forward later on, 2010, I was like, all right, you know, this is it. We're gonna make some, you know, we're gonna make this work. And you know, we had a great cast, man. Like, I can't name them all for you, like, you know. And one of the things I not only appreciate working in that nostalgic factor that I worked with Vanessa was that you know, we as choreographers were also challenge in terms of like what we were creating and what was the vision behind it. You know, it's cool to create you know, amazing dances based on, like, you know, your text, or based on the music choices you make, or based on, like, you know, the idea or what the piece is about. So in a larger picture, 0310 scales down to like basic attributes to one another of our work together, working together from the past, and honoring that, and how can, you know, and how we can, what are the possibilities we can make at that time in 2010. Yeah, the last thing I want to address is that, yeah, you know, this is you know, during this time is usually when I started dancing with a crew called the Battle Zone Dance Group. And you know, like always, like, you know, a lot of my experiences and joy, and times where I, you know, once was part of an amazing group that I will never let go. I know that within my heart, I'll always know that they mean a lot to me. You know, we weren't just like a crew that we would train and perform. Like, we were actually like conditionally, you know, a group of friends that, you know, that I respected a lot individually. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'm gonna be doing this yearly all along, yearly. So keep an eye every beginning of September, just a retrospective of the, you know, J-SiK experience. This is volume 4, and the next one will be, yeah, the year 2011, so that'll be volume 5 of September. Yeah, stay safe. Hope you're enjoying your long weekend here if you're in Calgary. If not, it's all good. Enjoy and have a very fruitful and productive fall of 2020, and stay safe. All right, see you guys later. Peace.